progress. The blocks are on my design wall for the Quilt of Valor that we've been working on. There are 16 blocks so far, and today's block will be number 17, and we'll have 3 more after that. So we'll have a total of 20 blocks, and then I'll start to show you how to put the blocks together. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified when new videos are released. Today's block is Octagon Star. It's 12-inch finished. Here is the diagram, and we're going to cut quarter square triangles and half square triangle pieces. The corner blocks here are called split quarter square triangles. Let's go back here. Here is a quarter square triangle. There are 4 triangles in the square. And if you split it in half, then you get this, where the half square triangle has split the quarter square triangle in half, if that makes sense. We'll do these corner units, the split quarter square triangles in the 4 corners, the quarter square triangles in the side pieces, or the side sections, and then a large square in the center. Here's what the block looks like set block to block with sashing and cornerstones, and this is 4 blocks. We have 3 patches. The first patch A is half square triangle 4-inch finished, and I've cut all mine by hand. You can cut them with the Quilt too, and you'll get the same pieces I'm going to show you in just a minute. So for rotary cutting, you'll cut 4 7/8 inch squares and cut each square in half once on the diagonal. That will get you 2 patches. You'll need 4 patches for patch A. And these are the large half square triangles in the corners. Patch B is a quarter square triangle 4-inch finished, and you'll cut a 5 1/4 inch square. Cut the square in half twice on the diagonal. That will get you 4 patches. You'll need 8 patches for the dark blue, 8 patches for the background, 4 patches for the red, and 4 patches for the gold. There is a way you can piece these quarter square triangles 4 at a time, and I'm not going to demo that today, but I'll have a link in the description and right up here on the top of the video if you want to see how to make these quarter square triangles 4 at a time. If you do that, you still cut the square the same size, 5 1/4 inches, but you do not subcut them. So over here I have the number of patches you need and then the number of squares you'll need if you're doing the 4 at a time quarter square triangles. And that is for these 2 fabrics, the blue and the background. And here are the Quilt dies you can use to cut these shapes, and also the Quilt dies up here to cut these shapes. And finally, patch C is a 4-inch finished square. We'll cut 1 square 4 1/2 inches, and that's for the very center of the block, and that's the background fabric. And here are the Quilt dies you can use. Now I'll show you what I've done. Here's patch A, and remember these are the patches that go in the outside corners. So I cut squares, and then I cut the square in half once diagonally and got 2 pieces, and I need a total of 4 pieces. Then we have our patch B, and that is these 4 pieces. The blue and the background fabric will be used for the quarter square triangles, and we'll put those together like this. And these are the quarter square triangles. You'll make 4 of them out of these fabrics. Next, we have the split quarter square triangle. Remember, those are in the corner. We're going to piece these like this. This is half of the quarter square triangle, and then here is the half square triangle that splits it. So these are the corner units that we'll piece. And then finally here is the square for the center. Let's start with the corners. We'll take our 2 quarter square triangles and piece them like this. You flip it over, and just match all 3 sides. They should be exactly the same size. Then you'll start and stitch your 1/4 of an inch on this side. I always like to start on this corner here, this 90°. You could turn this over and start here at the triangle, but I just don't like putting that point into the machine. So put this into the machine first. Then press your seams open, and then once you do that, you will piece your half square triangle to this side, flip it over, and you should match all 3 sides should match once you've stitched these 2 together. Match all 3 sides and stitch a 1/4 of an inch down this long side and press your seams open. You'll do that 4 times for the corner units. Now for the 1/4 square triangles, I always like to lay them out because sometimes I just get them all confused. There are 3 sides you can confuse. So just choose any one and flip these over, match all 3 sides again, and then stitch from the 90° angle all the way down. Press your seams open. And do the same thing with this. Match all 3 sides, stitch a 1/4 of an inch, press your seams open. Then you'll have these 2 pieces. They'll be seamed, and then just simply fold these over and stitch along the long side. And we'll have 4 of these as well. So we'll go do that now. The split 1/4 square triangles are ready, and the 1/4 square triangles are ready. Here is my center square, and I have it on my proppet board, and I'm going to put the block together. And pay attention to the placement of these, the fabrics, because these will form the star. And then these go like this. And you see the, whoops. You see the light colored fabric makes the star and the star points in the octagon star. We'll piece the units into rows, 3 rows, and then piece the rows together, and the block will be finished. Here's the block, and just as I was pressing the final press, I realized that I had 2 of the blocks or 2 of the fabrics in the wrong spot. If you look at the red fabric, you see this one faces out, this is down, left, and up. What it should be, they should both be facing out, here and here, and here and here. They should be facing out, and they're not. Then I noticed I wrote the instructions wrong, so I decided to leave my block like this and correct your instructions so they will match the diagram. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified when new videos are released.